He's returning to action on July 2nd to fight in the trilogy against Max Holloway. He's the one and only Alex the Great Volkanovski. Alex, what the hell are you doing so early up and on my show? This is crazy, Alex.
This is what I do for you, mate. This is what I do for you. The girls are always up early, mate, so it's all good.
You're a freaking mensch. You know what a mensch means, Alex?
What does that mean?
A mensch is like it's an old Yiddish German term. It means a fine gentleman. It means like a good soul. It's the highest compliment that a Jewish person can give to another person. A mensch. I mean, you are salt of the earth.
I appreciate it, mate. How do you say it? A mensch?
A mensch.
A minch. A minch? Okay.
mensch. Mensch.
Okay. Oh, good.
By the way,
thanks, mate. I appreciate it.
No problem. No problem. What about that trip you had to New York City? I mean, you were everywhere. We were having chicken wings. We were hobnobbing. Then I see you having a steak with Action Bronson at Peter Luger's. How was the steak, by the way?
The steak was good. It was really good. We all know Action knows how to eat as well. So he took us to one of the spots there. It's meant to be one of the best steaks around. So we went and had a go, and it was delicious. It was good to, obviously chat to Action here and there, but it was good to actually meet him in person and hang out, mate. He's cool dude.
Yeah, and that is one of the best spots to get a steak in New York City. It's in Brooklyn, Peter Luger's. Shout out to them. You went to a bunch of American sporting events. You went to a baseball game. You went to a hockey game. You're rocking the LA Kings shirt over there. Did you enjoy those, or did you think that they were crazy weird? Are you familiar with those sports?
Yeah, of course. No, I'm definitely familiar. I'm familiar with all sports, but it's good, mate. I've got a thing that I do whenever I'm in America. And if I go to an event, like whoever gives me the treatment, right? Like, so they go there, oh yeah, we're going to take you to an event. They give me the treatment. I was like, that's it. I'm loyal because I don't really have a team. So, my first real experience. All right, that's it. It's my team. So as you would have remembered, after Ortega, I went to Raiders game. So I'm a Raiders guy. Same as the Yankees. I'm a Yankees guy, and LA Kings. I'm a LA Kings guy as well. So yeah. So now, all right, I ride them hard. Look,
I love it.
Look at that.
I love it.
It's pretty cold here, so I chucked on whatever jumper I could. I was like, hey, listen, dude.
It's perfect. Now you just
they just won as well. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Sorry.
They did. Yes, in the playoffs. That's crazy that you're following that. But yes, now you just need an NBA team to show you the love, and then you'll have all four major sports, covered.
There you go. What's up.
I do have to say, before we get into the business, I do have a bit of a bone to pick with not only you, but your manager, Ash. I saw you guys sort of, reminiscing, doing the photo dump thing on Instagram. There were a lot of photos. That you both posted on your social media. We didn't make the cut on any of them. I mean, there were tons of we didn't make one.
Oh, shit.
We didn't get one picture. I mean, I saw you with a bunch of other people. We couldn't get one photo there. I mean, we brought out the food for you. We had a great time. I thought we had a really nice time. Didn't make one cut. Not even a single picture. What was up with that?
Mate, I'll be honest with you, mate. Like, it was nothing personal. I didn't even realize I didn't do that. But hey, we got a YouTube channel. I got you on a YouTube episode and everything, didn't I?
Yeah, that's true.
I would have put that on my socials and all that. I apologize, mate. It would have been a busy day. I don't know. Like, you can blame Ash for that one because me and you were doing work.
We were doing work.
We had our chef hat on. We were cooking some chicken wings. I couldn't take photos, so you can blame him for that one.
Okay, fair enough. It was a great time. And then all of a sudden, I mean, this was literally 3 or so weeks ago. Thought maybe you'd come back end of the summer, early fall. You're fighting July 2nd, same card as your good friend Israel Adesanya, an incredible international fight week. Was this your plan? Did you want to come back this soon, or was it presented to you and you said, you know what, I'm not that hurt, I'll jump back in there?
Look, I said I wanted a quick turnaround. I didn't expect to go this early, to be honest. Like, I didn't have that date in mind, but it doesn't matter. I'm healthy. I was keen to go. So it didn't really matter. So once I heard that and heard that it was going to be this card, I was like, yeah, sweet, let's do it. I'm still sharp from last one. So, I'm in good nick, and, now I'm still, mate, we did that little media tour, went on a holiday with the fam to Thailand, and that's enough. That's it. That's my holiday. I go back into training no matter what, and I train hard. So let's do camp. I'm healthy, ready to go. So I'm in the best. I'm in my peak. You know what I mean? Like you can see, I'm the sharpest I've ever been. So let's just keep it that rolling. You know what I mean? Why wait?
So does training camp start already?
Yeah, training camp starts. So that's all. I love it, mate. Honestly, I love training camp. You know what I mean? I just don't have to worry about too much else other than just get ready for this fight. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I train and I do the hours I do outside of camp. I probably do more hours, to be honest, more hours outside of camp than I do inside of camp. Just the intensity in camp goes up. So everything is very specific. We're out of camp, I do a few sessions here and there, and I just cover all grounds. And obviously, as I always say, get better, get better. This time I didn't get to go and just work on a couple of things. Now while I'm sharp, I just stay sharp. And then obviously we're gonna have a game plan and all that type of stuff. We're gonna just focus on that and get ready and stay fit and stay sharp.
Was Max always the next guy? Or because you remember, when we spoke, there was Henry here and this guy. Was there any talk of anyone else, or was it always Max?
Man, it was not really, because again, we had Ash come to me and we've and just say, like, so what do you want to do, that type of thing, and I'm like, oh man, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. Like at the end of the day, it's all about the timing and the biggest fight and when it makes sense. And like, let's be real. I'm sure you're going to go into this question. Why the trilogy? Why Max? Is like, what bigger fight is there in our division right now? Mm-hmm. There is none. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters to me. So, I benefit the most out of this fight, especially right now. Look, if there was someone else who was kicking ass and taking that number one spot or something like that, all right, it's a different story. We'll look at that option. But right now, as you know, and everyone knows, I'm not scared of anyone. It doesn't matter who it is. I know a lot of people still rate Max as a great fighter. So that just, when we talk about legacy, it just makes me look even better. So whatever, everyone can put him on whatever pedestal they want. They can say he's a man, whatever. I take him out again, boom, my stocks just keep rising. So it doesn't matter who they put in front of me. As long as I know that I'm going to be in a better position after this, we laugh at. And, like I said, this is I would have talked to you about, taking the fights for the right reasons and all that type of stuff. This is not because I got something to prove or anything like that. It is because this is the biggest fight. When you're talking money, you're talking the position you'll be after it and all that type of stuff. So that's why we took it. And I'm glad it's a quick turnaround because I'm excited. I can't wait to get in there, man. Like, I'm pumped. I obviously didn't get touched up too much in the last one. So why not roll into a camp while you're still firing? Mm-hmm. I'm still firing right now. I'm still sharp. I still got my eye in and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? My speeds are still there. You know what I mean? Like, as I was talking about capitalizing on every opportunity I see in that last fight, that's still firing. All that is firing. Now, I just need to, work, with a different game plan and all that type of stuff, talk to the guys and just let all that good stuff roll into the good stuff we're going to do this camp and just watch me do work.
And so you have this situation where you're fighting him for a third time, but we thought the fight was originally going to happen a couple of months ago. The rug was pulled under you. Is there any part of you that is not allowing yourself to you obviously have to go full bore, but are you worried at all because of the nature of the injury that he was dealing with, that the same thing might happen again in the build up to this fight?
The nature of the injury, I don't know what it was. To be honest, what I was sort of told that, I think, he obviously wanted a little bit of time to see how whatever injury it was. We needed a couple of weeks or something like that. And I don't think the UFC wanted to wait just because they didn't know what was going to happen. Maybe, I don't know. So I don't think that's too serious. I'm not worried about that anyway. I'm not the type of guy that's going to, what if this happens? What if that happens? I'm just going to prepare with what's in front of me because that fight's happening. Yeah, that fight's happening. Why think, what if? That's in life. That you can't worry about that. I'll worry about that when that happens. So right now we're fighting and yeah, exactly. I'll be, I'm sure there's going to be pressure on him. Last thing he wants to do is pull out again as well. So I think it'll look good because how many chances can you get of an injury when you're obviously again, the timing works now.
Hmm.
But as I said, there's no one really else like at the front line. So that's why this is going to happen. If there was someone else, this fight might not happen. So I think he would understand that. And obviously being injured in the last one and having to pull out, I don't think he'll want that happening again. So this fight's going to happen.
It feels like you are finally starting to get some respect in this sport. Most people have you top 3 pound for pound. It feels like people are starting to recognize and appreciate your greatness. However, do you feel like in order to fully get the respect that you deserve, you needed to beat him one more time to put that all to rest, to move on with your life, to prove that you are the better man? Was that something that you needed to do? I know you kind of have been asked this sort of thing in the past, and you've never really turned down the Max thing. But honestly, the competitor in you, do you want to put an exclamation point there and finally move on so there's no questions to be asked anymore?
Look, man, like at the end of the day, I don't really care what some people think. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, people can say whatever they want. Like I am 2-0 against it. That's just fact. People can carry him however they want. But at the same time, yeah, like it'll be good. Like I said, doing this will put me in a better position. You know what I mean? It will, like, if for these, like you're saying, there's going to still be people that are, that are going to have, there's still question marks there for some people. All right, fine. I'll go out there and then they're all on board. Do I care about these people that, they're probably going to make another excuse. A lot of people anyway, a lot of the haters are probably going to still make an excuse about whatever happens, even if I go out and finish, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. So do I really care about that? But no. But in saying that, I still believe, there are still question marks there for some people. So going out there and putting that to bed, yeah, I reckon that does put me in a better position. You go there and you do this, because let's remember, he's in his prime. I beat him twice in his prime. You beat him 3 times in his prime. People are trying to say, oh, he's gotten better, blah, blah, blah. How do I not take that GOAT status? This is what's good about this fight. People don't realize that when I say I'm in a better position, you and everyone else is going to say I'm the GOAT after this one. I'm the pound for pound number 1. You know what I mean? Like, look at what position this one will put me in. Because he's went and done his thing and then been on a tear as well, got a couple of wins himself. So this only makes this fight better and only puts me in a better position if I get another win over him right now. People can't sit there and say, oh, yeah, he's done. That's all crap. So people will definitely, if they haven't jumped on board now, they will jump on board. But yeah, again, as I talked to you last time, I don't care. I try not to worry too much about that. I look at it now like, all right, this will put me in a better position. That's it. People are like, oh, what about haters? I bet you can't wait. Yeah, it's going to feel good to shut haters up and, and prove the doubters wrong. That's always going to feel good. But I mean, that's not my, that might be a bit of motivation for me to train harder in the gym and things like that. But I mean, I just don't let that shit get in my head, because if you start focusing on all like things like that, even though some people go, yeah, you can use it as fuel, I'll use that as fuel inside the cage. But outside of the cage, I don't care about that. If people don't want to like me, they don't have to. But at the same time, after this one, if people do like me and the hype does go and, say you get a highlight reel finish, all this type of stuff, it puts me in a better position. You're talking bigger money. You're talking everything. So at the end of the day, I'll be lying if I said I would love to go out there and get everyone on board, because at the end of the day, we talk about having a legacy and, looking after my family forever. In doing so, you need to do these types of things. So, and that will prove haters wrong and the doubters wrong and all that type of stuff. But that means money in the end at the end of the day. So, yeah, that's very intriguing to me.
Was part of the appeal to take this fight on relatively short notice the fact that, Izzy is on the card as well, and it's perfect, right, for you and the team, the coaching staff. Was that part of the appeal?
I mean, yeah, for sure. Fighting on the same card as, good friends of mine and all that. Like, obviously, I'm at a freestyle fighting gym, right? Mm-hmm. But, we'll definitely be doing a week or 2 at City, go over there and, get that feel that we're going to have when we're over there in fight week. Obviously, we're like one big team. We're like affiliated gyms and they're like family. Yeah, we are. We're like family. So get that feel in camp. Obviously, pick the brains of some of the guys that they're training with. Some of them are high-level guys, and then do what we've been doing, obviously, at freestyle, which has been working. Everyone can see how good I've been, with that structure we have at home. So we don't want to change too much, but at the same time, obviously want to go over there, get that feel, work with some of the bodies over there at City Kickboxing, then come back at freestyle fighting gym. But it was appealing. It is, you know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't such a big card and these things, I would have just said, "Oh, let's just wait a little bit, maybe." You know what I mean? But the fact it's such a big card and fighting with teammates and things like that, why not? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't I? When I'm in good nick and I'm keen, like this isn't me. Like, oh, I may as well. Like, get me in there. You know what I mean? I'm pumped. You know what I mean? Get me in camp again. I can't wait. Like right now, obviously I'm in camp, but I mean the real shit hasn't picked up till we do that about 6 weeks. So I can't wait. You know, I want to see where I'm at going into that. And again, like, I'm just looking forward. I can't wait to go over and see the guys over there. But man, I'm just I'm keen, man. Keen is down.
That's I know. Trust me, I know.
In Australia, we're keen.
K-E-N.
You know that?
Yes,
okay.
Of course. I'm familiar with that one.
I say it a lot.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
I've talked to enough of you Aussie types to learn a few things. By the way, speaking of Australia, was there any talk of Australia? I see George Kambosos is fighting in a month over there in front of thousands upon thousands of people. Was there any talk of you in Australia before all this materialized?
No, like there obviously was. I wanted to do something. I think there may be an event, like, I don't know if there's going to be any pay-per-view events or not in the time zone, like, the timeline that I want.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think, a pay-per-view in Australia is happening this year. So like, there's no way I'm waiting around, you know what I mean? So that, obviously I was saying, like, I would have loved that trilogy in Australia. I think I earned that as well. But if they can't give me that, give it to me International Fight Week with my guys. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, that sounds good too. So, it's just, maybe that's why they treated us with this big event and have us all on there. Like, obviously we're from the same region, so sometimes this doesn't happen. You don't really get the chance to two champions from the same region fighting together. But maybe that's a little bit of a treat because they knew that where I wanted this trilogy, and I don't know, maybe that was one way that they thought they could pitch it to us, but it worked because I'm keen.
By the way, what do you think of Charles Oliveira getting stripped?
Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, what did you think of Charles?
You cut out a bit, sorry, brother.
What did you think of Charles Oliveira getting stripped after coming in 0.5 over?
Look, man, at the end of the day, you need to make that weight. I know there was some dramas, which you got to feel for him in a sense, but at the same time, put me in that position and I'm in the exact same position. Like, I would have, probably would have checked other things, you know what I mean? Because I'm, I've got other scales. I calibrate scales to these scales, and, I would have been like, oh, yeah, cool, yeah, we're on, we're still here. And then if I seen something that I'm like, oh, shit, you know what I mean? I would be checking again, or, if not, I don't know how much time. So did he still have the hour to get the rest off?
Yeah, but he came back the exact same. Yeah, he came.
Okay, and look, I don't want to throw shade, you know what I mean? I don't want it to look like I'm throwing shade. But at the end of the day, I would have got that weight off. You know what I mean? It's a job that we have to do. You know what I mean? Like, if it mean like, oh, shit, like, I don't usually like to run or like, do exercises to get that weight off. But if that was going to be a quicker way of doing it, even though, my dietitian would be like, no, rather you just, relax and do all that. Like, I'd run. I'd make sure that I'll run or get on a bike in the hot room and do that and get that blood going, get warm, that core warm as soon as I can, and then go in saunas and do whatever I can. I would have got it off. I would have done what I had to do, no matter how shit I felt. So, in a sense, I feel bad for him because I know shit didn't go his way in that sort of situation. There might be more to the story, but at the same time, put me in that position, I'm going to get it done. I would have put myself in a certain position, and if I was in that position, I still had an hour ago, I'm fucking getting that weight off. You know what I mean? But so it's, again, I feel for him, but in saying that, let's be real, everyone still looks at him as a champ. Now, if he goes and wins again, they can say he's two-time champ as well, you know what I mean? So, it's not that bad, right? He's a two-time champion. But yeah, look, and as a performance, Man, he's tough and exciting fights. He is and he's really good. But it's just funny. This sport is so crazy, Ariel. Like you would know. But I mean, it's funny. You could go out there and just absolutely whitewash someone, make it not get touched, and you'll have some people say you're shit. And you could go there, get dropped, get bashed for half the fight, come back and get a finish, and people think you're some sort of rock star, like you're the best fighter on earth. You know what I mean? Look, the hype, you're going to get hype because it's an exciting fight and all that type of stuff. But trust me, the guys that watch them fights that know what they're doing. Like, I look at that and I'll be like, mate, you give me them opportunities, I'm going to capitalize that. If I don't, I'm not giving you them stupid opportunities to get me back either. So, like, I look at this because, again, I'm moving up soon. I'm going to go out here. Like, I go out there and do what I plan on doing in fucking 7 weeks. You know what I mean? Everyone's going to be wanting that. That's what I mean. He's going to put me in a lot better position. Whether I need to wait for someone to do that and then do that after that, whatever it is, because I still need this division to sort itself out. You know what I mean? I will definitely be looking at that division. If I don't have shit happening in my division, I'm telling you, I'm going to have my eyes in. And I'm looking at them and I see great opportunities in that fight. I don't care what people say. Oh, lightweight, this lightweight, mate. I fucking train with lightweight and welterweights and what as well. Like, you know what I mean? I'm used to big bodies. I've fought. I'm undefeated in these divisions. You know what I mean? So it's I don't look at this as that big of a challenge. So I can't wait. Obviously, I've got a challenge in front of me in Max. He's a great fighter, but I plan on doing my thing, going 3-0, get that number one pound for pound, get that GOAT status. I want to go for that double champ status. And believe me, it ain't going to be as hard as what some people think it's going to be to do. And that's no disrespect to the guys. But, I mean, you'll see anyway. People are going to doubt me all the time. At least now, after this one, I don't think people are going to doubt me too much. But if I move up, maybe we get some doubters again, and then I can prove them wrong again.
And it sounds like Dana White is open to it as well. He talked a little bit about you moving up, and sometimes he doesn't like it, but it sounds like he's open to it. This time next year, so let's say May of 2023, do you think you have a lightweight fight under your belt?
Look, you never know. Remember, I wanted 3 fights this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if, it just depends. Like, I don't know what exactly is next for Oliveira. You know what I mean? Like, what if, anything? Like, I get if there's a lightweight fight, say they do schedule something, whether it's Islam or whatever, I'll be there. I'll be there weighing in. I'm telling you. I'll be there weighing in if that's at the right time. If that's later this year, like, I don't know, 100%. Yeah, 100% I'll be there. And I'll be ready. So, if someone misses weight again or something like that, anything goes wrong, injury, it's like I'll put my hand straight up. So I'll be training all year if that happens. So I'm training all year anyway. So may as well, I don't have to cut weight or anything like that, so I can have a bit of a fun camp. I love training hard anyway, so why not, mate? Why not? Hey, as I always said, put yourself in these positions. That's what I keep telling this division, my division. You want that title shot, put yourself in a position where no one else can get it. And I'll do the same even in the lightweight division. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I roll, man. That's just how I am. That's my mentality. And if I go there and I put my hand up and say, hey, all right, they're getting that title fight, okay, I want in next. So I'll go in as a fill-in. I'll be the replacement. If someone gets there, I'll be ready. If that doesn't happen, give me that shot after that. Whoever wins. You get what I mean? Like, I'm going to go there. You go and do these little things. It's like you sort of leave him no choice. Oh, fuck, we've got to give him the title shot now. Look at the shit he's doing. He deserves it anyway. All right, let's do it. That's what I've been trying to tell my division for a long time. If you're going to have some of these guys crying that Max is getting a third chance, put that shit on yourself. Don't blame anyone else. Right now, this is the biggest fight because there isn't anyone else at the front line. And this is still a big fight, and that's why this is happening.
And you would know, I remember in Edmonton, you flew all the way from Australia to be there, to be the backup fighter when Max was champion against Frankie Edgar, and then you eventually get the title shot. So you would know. So that's fat, and it could work out for you if they do this in October in Abu Dhabi. The timing would work out perfectly for you. And so,
perfect.
Oh my gosh, that would be crazy. And not a lot of champions, I think, would be humble enough to say, "I'll be the backup fighter." By the way.
Yeah, man, I probably don't need to. Like, you're probably right. But, I mean, that's just, oh man, like it's easy, right? It's not too much hard work involved, I don't think. You know, I'm going to go there and I don't have to cut weight. What? You're going to have to, people are scared of busting their ass because they don't know if they're going to be fighting. You know what I mean? They don't, they feel like, I need my motivation. No one getting to fight. So a lot of people put themselves in that position because some people aren't built like me.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, obviously, you being a replacement fighter isn't as good as, being involved in the promotion of a headlining a fight and all that type of stuff. You're right, but at the same time, if I give anyone else any chances, I'll be there and I'll get that. So at the end of the day, if that doesn't happen, that fight, if they do make it through, all right, I'm next in line anyway. So then I get that headline that I'm talking about. I'm getting all that promotion in that double champ, me going for the double champ and all that type of stuff. So I'm just built different. I don't care. I'm always going to have that competitor in me. You're right. Do I need to do that? Can I probably just have another fight and then wait and maybe yeah, probably. But fuck that. I ain't getting any younger. Let's just let's get that's why I want to stay active, man. I want to get this shit rolling. I want to make as much money as I can. I want the hype rolling. And as you said, man, look, when that Edmonton trip, that was a fucking nightmare. That was a nightmare. Oh, like if I had to fight, I thought, I say this in Max and my rematch. Like if there was ever a day that Max could beat me, that was a day. And I'm not even going to get into it, but trust me, I did not turn up. I'll put it this way: if I had to fight in Edmonton, the fight island would have been a walk in the park compared to that. I was absolutely cooked. That travel that I had to do like 48 hours travel. My back, I couldn't even move because of the travel and all that type of stuff. The wake up was terrible. I didn't even have much time to prepare. But hey, again, I didn't want anyone else to take that opportunity away from me. So I went and done that. And even though like I was in no state to fight, if someone got injured, I would have done it. You know what I mean? That's just the type of person I am. But mate, look at the shit that I do. And then that's I still have that same mentality. I'm still that same guy. I'm still that same guy. And now I'm the champion, defending the belt, four-time, you know what I mean? Like I've had 4 title fights, about to go for 5 title fights. And this is still that mentality that I have. And that's why I can't see any of these guys beating me. And that's why you see me getting better and better because it's just who I am.
By the way, I'd be remiss if I don't follow up. What were you referring to in the rematch?
Hey?
What were you referring to just now in the rematch? I'd never heard you talk about this. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, don't talk about it. Why do I
you just brought it up. You brought it up.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I think maybe not to you. I have mentioned it. I just say, if there was ever a day that Max could beat me, that was a day. Mm. There's a reason why I am very confident that I can, you know what I mean? Like everyone tries to say he turned up. I didn't. And he still couldn't get the job done. So, I hate that I went down this. It looks like I make an excuse.
No.
It doesn't matter,
yeah.
really, because I get to fight him. I get to fight him in 7 weeks, so people can say whatever they want. But at the same time, yeah, I'm very confident. Look, Max is a great fighter, and I'm not taking anything away from him. Like, he's a great fighter. We know that. But I'm on another level, and I'm going to be too much for him. And the beauty of it is I get to show that. And I'm going to be in such a better position after this one, so I can't wait. But again, I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am. I'm looking forward that I still believe it will be a bit of a chess match in a sense because they've got a smart team. And again, he is a great fighter, but I'm just, I think that chess match and then the way I'm going to capitalize it and, just be that step ahead and too sharp and capitalize on openings. And, I think it's going to be a fun fight for the fans and fun fight for me as well. Because again, I like that. I like seeing it. I like figuring people out. What type of Max are we going to see? I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to just shutting whatever Max it is down. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward. Let's see what their team come up with. We'll be ready. And, man, I'm pumped, man.
Just a couple more things and then I'll let you go. Thank you again for this. By the way, will you watch the first 2 fights a lot in preparation?
I don't watch as much. My team do. And obviously they cut out clips and, you do all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? they I won't give too much away, but they definitely look into it a lot.
Okay, interesting. Have you watched the?
I can't really tell you how we game plan and what we're doing, right? Because that's just again, they've got a great team.
Yeah.
They'll be keeping an eye. They're keeping an eye. They I'm sure they're doing the exact same thing. But I mean, they're going to see, what information is Alex going to give that we can capitalize on.
Sure.
Again, you'll be surprised how deep some of these teams go.
No, I know they're probably watching. By the way, when you watched Oliveira on Saturday or Sunday over there in Australia, you say to yourself, I could beat that guy, right? Just to be clear, that was your takeaway. Like, there's no way that you're...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Like, again, I'm not saying he's not a good fighter. Like, I mean? Like, I remember, I feel like I'm one of the best fighters.
Sure.
Know what I mean? Like, so that's not an insult. You know what I mean? Like, and if he wants to get insulted by that, whatever. Well, you're going to get insulted that someone thinks that they can beat you. They have every right to think that, and they should. And if they don't, they're little bitches. You know what I mean? Like, you should be worried about them if they don't feel like they can beat you. But I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, not only do I feel like that because that's a competitor in me, but not just that, it's we know the game. And like, again, a lot of the opportunities that he is getting in these fights, he ain't getting them opportunities with me. I see a lot of holes, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's dangerous and there's obviously things I need to be careful of. But I mean, at the same time, the opportunities there aren't going to be there like they are in his last fights. Like, again, like, good on him for having them type of fights going in there. But I mean, now you see why they've got losses on their records. And when you fight like that, and that's why some of these guys might not be champion. I'm not having shots at them, but like, it's exciting. You'll get a lot of hype early, but I mean, when you fight people that know what they're doing, or fight people that are just as good, if you're going to fight that way, someone's going to get caught, right? So that's just how it is. But so again, but I've found the perfect balance where obviously I'll take risks, but that risk is, I'm not taking crazy risks, but now I'm capitalizing on so much more. So I've got this perfect balance where it's I'm still there firing. It looks like I'm firing, but I mean, I'm still very calculated in everything I do. But I mean, I'm capitalizing on every opportunity I have. So it's that's why it's still so exciting. But yeah, again, you're not going to just see me rushing forward and throwing bombs and missing and getting careless like that. That's just not how I roll.
I can't wait. Alex, I can't wait. Thank you for the time. I appreciate it.
Why are we talking about that? I've got Max to worry about. Anyway.
Okay. I'm sorry. I mean, are you going to finish him this time?
You're right. Man, look, this is what people want to hear, right? I'm going to go out there and finish him. Do I think I can finish him 100%? Put it this way, the opportunities that I feel like I am going to land on his chin, and I'm going to land big. All right? I'm going to tell you that. He should go down. If he doesn't, and that fucking granite chin of his somehow survives like it fucking always does, good on him, man. Credit to him. You know what I mean? I'm going to give him that. So that's the only reason why he's still going to be going. Do I think I can get the finish here? 100%. Most of the shots are like same as Zombie. Like some of them shots, the way he took them, chucking his chin from just like rattling his brain like that, and like for somehow to still just wobbling and like just literally zombie. I'm glad Herb stopped him because it just seemed like he was never going to be just out completely cold. So like, let's save the kid his brain. But I mean, that's the same as Max. It's exciting style. Like I know, like he's volume striker, but he obviously is hittable. Man, it just can't. That chin can't hold up forever, right? But I mean, it's held up. He's still young. It's held up for a while, so I'll give him credit. I ain't going to say I'm going to go out there and finish him because I've said that a couple of times and it didn't happen.
All right.
Am I in a better position now to finish him? Yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm. A lot better position. So that's why the chances are definitely higher. But the only thing that saves him from getting finished is his granite chin that he's proved he has. So I'll give him that credit. It's going to be a high-paced fight, though. So that's why I need to be prepared just in case that damn chin survives what I plan on doing to it.
I just wonder if is he going to promote the fight? Is he going to do media? Is he going to go out there and promote this?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope so. You know what I mean? Like, again, like, I don't know. It's up to him. He can do whatever he wants. At the end of the day, the fight speaks for itself. I'm sure he knows that. People are going to be tuning in. But at the same time, that is our duty, right? Say, mate, hey, does he give you the time that I give you? Let's be real.
I mean,
I know you love him. I know you've said some things and all that, and you've probably got his back fully, but he don't give you the time that I give you.
100%. 100%.
You know what I mean? I can pretend I'm a fool. I can pretend I'm a nice guy, and I'm all happy, I'm all good, chill. And then behind closed doors, and people want to do interviews, I told them to get fucked.
Yeah.
No, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, I ain't doing that. Yeah, I can pretend to be real nice in front of a camera too, but hey, meet me behind the camera. I'm going to be the same man you see 24/7. I'm going to give my fans a time of day. I'm going to give you the time of day. I'm going to give every time of day because that's the guy I am. I'm not better than no one. But yeah, that's not a real shot. I'm just some.
No. He is
thank you.
He is a lovely guy. I think he would be okay with me saying I don't think he's waking up at 6:30 in the morning to do an interview with me. He has woken up early because of the time difference.
But he's saying that. Let's be real.
Yeah.
That doesn't make him a bad guy. If he
Exactly.
I'm not going to give him
100%. He has only been kind to me. He is a lovely guy.
I think I'm too fucking nice, and you know what I mean?
Oh, jeez.
And people take advantage of it, like yourself, mate. What the fuck?
What? You know how guilty. I'm going to send you like 8 messages afterwards to profusely apologizing for making you wake up. But I will say, pound for pound, there is no champion that is more media friendly and accessible than you are right now. Pound for pound, I would argue it's probably you and Francis at this point. Unless I'm forgetting about someone, if I just go through the list right now, so God bless you guys. You make my job better. You make it a pleasure honestly, when I asked Ash for you to come on, I was like,
appreciate it.
I said, I know he's probably going to say no, and I actually feel bad asking, and then he came back, he said, yeah, no problem. I was like, what? You do realize, so I hope people appreciate it's 7:00 in the morning over there. This is rare. I mean, if I asked Izzy to show up on my show at 7:00 in the I know. Yeah, it was been. But if I asked Izzy to show up on my show at 7:00, I mean, he would laugh in my face. That's all I would get. I would get a ha 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 laugh video back. But that's why everyone.
I've got one more question for you, though.
Yeah, please. Can
I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I go out there and do my thing, get my hand raised like I plan on doing. Where does that put me on the pound for pound and go list?
Okay, well, those are two different lists.
The featherweight division.
Those are two different lists, right?
Okay. Well, let's say pound for pound now. Let's just go pound for pound.
Okay, well, right now.
Pound for pound then.
Okay, so there's 3 people in the top 3, right? Pound for pound. Right now, the names, I'm not ranking them right now. It's Usman.
I'll put you on the spot.
No, I'm happy to have this conversation. Usman, Izzy, you. That's the pound for pound list, right? Would you agree with the top 3?
No, it's Usman, me.
No, I'm just.
Top. I'm second.
Okay, I'm not. I'm
2.
Yeah. I'm not ranking them right now. I'm just saying these are the 3 choices. Okay, Izzy.
Oh,
right.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Yes.
Those are the 3 to choose from. How would you rank? Yes. Just curious. How would you rank them right now?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Give me your top 3.
Like right now?
Yeah.
That's the top 3. That's how it is. Yeah. How it is like now.
Okay.
I've got definitely like us 3 in the top 3. Is
got
that
it.
Saying?
Yeah. Okay. So you agree with that? You win this fight. I think there's a strong consideration for you to be in the 1 or 2 spot, and the reason why I think Izzy gets put number 2 is because he went up, right? He went up. It didn't go his way, but I think you get points for going up in a crazy world, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have long been a staunch Volkanovski supporter and advocate, and I think there is no. If you look at the resumes, I'm building this up here. If you look at the resumes, and it sounds like you don't think that Izzy should be number 2, you would put him at number 3 with all due love and respect. I would put your resume up there with Usman.
Well, as in like, I get you. I get what you're saying. Like with me, I will put it this way. This is how I want you look at it now. Well, you don't have to. But I don't beat Max. Say I didn't beat Max. I didn't fight Max the first 2 times. He goes out. He'd be pound for pound number 1. Let's be real. If he doesn't have them losses to me, he'd be pound for pound number 1.
I think Usman would have a case. Usman would have a case, no?
Again, like obviously didn't have that's hard to say, isn't it? Like if he had
undefeated,
this conversation, we have a conversation.
Yeah, it's fun.
But I mean, but that's not really fair to say, is it? If he hasn't had them losses to me, he'd be on like a 7-5 win streak or a title reign or something like that. You know what I mean? So what is he rate? Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. But I just mean I think the quality in opponents that I've faced, and this is where I put a lot of respect on Max's name. I don't think, many of the champions can say they've had to fight someone like Max. You know what I mean? That's what I believe anyway. And I have to do it. This is going to be the third time.
Yeah.
So no, that's me giving a big compliment to Max, because Max isn't just anybody. He's right up there. And I think when it comes to have an opponent like that, you know what I mean? I don't think any other champion. Look, actually, in saying that, Rob Whittaker is an absolute beast as well. So easy to, yeah. So you know what? You're saying something. And Colby Covington, I'll give as much as I like to give him shit.
Nah, he's not
actually really.
He's not in that.
So you can see, mate.
It's not Colby's not in that discussion. It's you three, and I think you're all jockeying for position. No.
I mean, I'm talking about our opponents.
Got it. Okay, I got it. Yeah.
But,
okay.
We've had to verse. We've all had to verse these guys multiple times. So you got your Colby Covington.
Got it.
I'm just trying to have a conversation with you.
No, this is fun.
Because you got me up nice and early, so I may as well have a nice fucking conversation. You know what I mean? I got my fucking breakfast here. I already had my coffee.
What do you got, by the way? What's for breakfast? What is it? Yogurt?
I don't even know. The missus made it for me. It looks like a yogurt with some berries and shit in it.
I love it. What a life you have. No, you're right. By the way, you look at your strength of schedule. Zombie, former title contender. Ortega, incredible resume. Holloway 3 times. Aldo, considered by me, the featherweight GOAT before he met you. And then Mendez, Elkins, tough out. Like, there's no easy fights here. There's no, especially the last few years, there's no easy fights. So I think you would have a very strong consideration. My question to you is, does Izzy get points?
That's what I wanted to ask. I wanted to see what are you saying?
Does Izzy get points for moving up and not winning? Or does he get dock points for moving up and not winning?
He shouldn't get dock points, no way. Put it this way, we all deserve to be top 3, 100%.
Right.
And I'm not trying to sit there. It might sound like I'm trying to go, hey, put me at number 1. I'm just trying to have this conversation. Like, how do people look at this? You know what I mean? Like, but again, right now, we've all had fights. Like I said, Usman's had fights with, look, again, I give Colby Covington 2 fights with him, beat him twice. And that's no easy task. So that's big points. Same as me with Max. And the same as Easy with Rob Whittaker. We've had some very, that's why we're right up. That's why we're top 3. Like, look at the guys some of the guys we've had to face, and had to face them a couple of times. But now I've got to face this guy a 3rd time as well. I think that, you know what I mean? That might give you some brownie points, you know what I mean? But look, put it this way, I believe, and I have every right to say this in my opinion, that I'll go out there and do what I plan on doing to Max Holloway. I'll be surprised if I don't get that number 1 spot.
And to answer your other question,
it's hard because Izzy's going to go and have his fight as well, right?
Right.
As well. But I mean,
to answer the featherweight question that you asked, so Aldo, you consider the WEC belt the same as the UFC belt?
Because that was the division, right?
Yeah,
it was pretty much the same division, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to have some sort of.
I do.
Yeah.
I count it as a title defense because there was no featherweight division in the UFC, and then it just got rolled over. So in terms of title defenses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for Jose Aldo. And this would be for you, your 4th.
Mm-hmm. Now look, I put Aldo's GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
I've always said that. And that's because of title defenses. And I've talked about why I believe he should be the GOAT, because title defenses, being a champion for that long, having that many defenses, like think about it, I just told you about not turning up on a certain fight.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be days where you have bad weight cuts and whatnot. You don't turn up. I told you about the Edmonton. Like, there's going to be days where things don't go your way. And to still go out there and win, I don't care. Look, do I think he had the opposition as what I have to face right now? No, nowhere near, to be honest. But to be champion that long, that's saying something. Do I need that many defenses to take GOAT status? Please don't tell me I need that many defenses to get GOAT status. Because look at who the people I'm fighting. I'm fighting someone that a lot of people are trying to say Max is a GOAT. I go out and you cannot tell me, it's pretty hard to rest that case to say he is GOAT and then he's still in his prime. So I'm beating him in his prime as he's supposedly GOAT. How, that's pretty weird. That's, there's a massive fucking bias there. You know what I mean? But anyway, I go out there and do that 3 times. Fuck, man, I don't know. Again, I love Aldo and I've gave him respect and I still put him as a GOAT, but I'll go out there and do this again. Whew.
Okay.
Let's have some real conversations then, yeah?
So how about this? All goes to plan according, to your plan on July 2nd. That following week, we will reconvene and talk about the pound for pound list and the featherweight GOAT list. Okay, we'll put a pin in this. You have stated your case. Of course, the fight is coming up in very short order. I can't believe you're fighting in less than 2 months. It's unbelievable. I feel like we just fought and just had a whole conversation about your fight in your year. July 2nd, we shall find out, and then we can have an even better conversation.
You might have me and Izzy in your building sitting there. We're going to just debate. All 3 of us just debate. Who's number 1 pound for pound?
I would love it.
Me and him just both,
I would love nothing more. Nothing more would make me happier. You have no idea. You're a mensch. Can you come out to Alexander the Mensch Volkanovski? By the way, it's even better than the Great. I just want to let you know. It's a greater compliment than Great. The Mensch. Alexander the Mensch Volkanovski. You'll have a whole new fan base.
First say, I thought you insulted me when you first said. I'll be honest. I was like, hey, Mensch? I'm like, what? I don't know what that means, but you're definitely having a go at me. I literally, that's what I was thinking, I'll be honest.
No. Google it when we're done. Google it.
I appreciate it. I'm going to look that up. I will. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it.
You're the man, Alex. Thank you so much for doing this.
Brother.
Have a great day. You're the man. Good luck to you. Thanks for doing this, and we'll talk to you soon. Appreciate you very much.
Too easy, man. Thank you. Go Kings. Let's go. LA Kings.
Alex Volkanovski, the newest member of the LA Kings fan base. What a great guy. I mean, is there a bigger mensch than him?